Oh, it's coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's mic 1. Yep. Oh, it's coming up. 1, 2, 3. Mic 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Yep. Oh, it's coming up. 1, 2, 3. Mic 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
We are live.
I gotta text my mom. Like, Mom.
Oh, let her know. Like,
Mom, I'm live.
okay. Classic timing.
I know, classic timing. All right. We're
live.
good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our men's NCAA preview day 3. And we have our special guest, Cody Miller.
Hey,
Let's go.
great to be here. Thanks for having me.
We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys.
IU is having a hell of a meet.
Yeah, they got a shot. It's an exciting time.
Like perfect timing to
Yeah.
have you come and
Yeah, it
weigh
literally
in.
is. The 100 breast is in like a few hours. So
Yes.
This is like Cody Miller's night.
yeah,
Let's go.
I'm pumped.
Are they all in? I mean, I was actually going to ask. Are they all in Mizuno's? What are people rate? We're sponsored by Mizuno. Shout out.
I'm sure a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do the guys love Mizuno so much?
I don't know. They call it the Ferrari of the racing suits. So
Okay.
they just Caleb used to say he feels like it helps him kick like on the back end, like he'd snap down and the suit would just propel his legs back up.
Have you ever worn one?
Yeah, I went one of my best times in a Mizuno a couple years at the Fort Lauderdale Pro Swim Series meet. I wore a Mizuno and I
really?
flew in that. Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Guys love it.
I won't ever try it.
Yeah.
But
he don't never say never.
You're right.
I mean, aren't we swimming at Olympic trials?
Yeah. But I guess the Mizuno like jammer.
Okay, well.
Just over the one piece. I don't need it. It's horrible.
All right, let's talk about last night.
Let's do
first.
it.
I mean, it took me a long time to calm down from last night. Like my adrenaline, I can't even imagine like you.
Yeah, I was sitting in the booth with Rowdy, and so I could feel the energy. It was nuts. It was really, I mean, it's like, okay, the 50 free, like just seeing a 17-second 50 freestyle, it's hard for my brain to even comprehend because in my mind, like 18.6 is still like the fastest thing ever, you know, and now we're like a full second faster than that. And there's, 18.7 isn't even really making it back. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? It's wild.
I feel like it's so inconsistent across the events. Like I was looking at that, like some events the same, some events skyrocket. Why?
I don't know. I was thinking about this too, because like take the men's 500 freestyle, for example.
Yeah.
The top 8 was absurdly fast.
Yes.
You basically had to be 408 high, 409 low to make the A final. But then to make top 16, it was only like a 413 mid, which is not all that impressive.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a big split, and I don't know what's causing. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, why are some events getting so much faster? Like the fact that we have potentially 4 or 5 guys that could go 49 in the 100-yard breaststroke tonight.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
I think it's more precise training. I think people are more dialed in with, their power, their strength training. Everything is just much more focused. Like when I was in school, and I know when you ladies were in school, like swim wasn't even really a thing. Like when I was being recruited, I had no idea what college programs around the country did for training.
Yeah.
Now, like, I know 13-year-olds on my club team that know all the ins and outs of UVA. They know what it's like in Texas 'cause they follow the swimmers on social media, and then they have all these swimming outlets like Swimming World, Swim Swim, where they get all this information. And so people are just way more educated at a younger age now.
Yeah.
It's a totally different
So
world.
accessible.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, and that makes smarter swimmers. You know, the more information that we have, the more students of the sport, the more that they're learning. 2IM, Espen Lasco.
Wild.
I think if he had 2 more yards,
Yes.
it would have been Destin beating Hubie. But Hubie swam a great race. And like he said in the interview, he's like, my breaststroke's not that good. So I knew that I had to be out.
He knew.
But like, brilliant swim. Like,
Yeah.
he took it out like a gunshot and held on.
It worked. Sometimes
Freaking
it works.
awesome.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
Oh, that was the first thing he said to me.
I saw him mad that.
Oh yeah, he's like, that one really hard. And like, you know, when somebody comes up to you after the race and they say it, like that's when they're like, I don't even think I want to do this interview. Like, please make it quick and easy. But he was such I love Hubie. Like, you know him better than me. Do you know Hubie at all?
A little bit. Not real well, but
yeah, I don't know him that much, but I had a moment with him because I was like, I try to, I don't know like who has a nickname or not. And so I was like, Hubie, do you want me to call you Hubert or Hubie? Like, he goes, well, my friends call me Hubie and you're my friend. So you can call me Hubie. I was like, I love you. So it's like those little moments like leading up to the interviews that I get with the kids, the athletes, the kids, you know, that give me so much joy. But like such a good race. And then 500, kind of like you were just saying, so deep. That top 8. And it was like so even up until the 350. And then finally Rex kind of like made the first move. Luke tried to go with him, but
I knew that was my
you predicted that because you know
he just it was perfectly executed. I feel like you could see him be like, okay, I'm turning it on now, and he just like did it.
I was talking to Trevor Maida, the assistant coach at Texas yesterday. I went to lunch with him, and he said that is the most boostly trainer he's ever seen. He said he just doesn't get tired. He just when they're hitting VO2 max, he'll just go forever. And he has that ability to just hit that final gear at the end when everybody else is tired. And you're right. You're exactly right. He made the move at the precise moment, and it worked. That was it the second fastest time ever? Second or third fastest time ever?
I think
it would be behind him and Carson
because
4 or 5.
Well, Leon has the fastest.
Right, which not even go there. It's not real.
And then
it's like
it's fiction.
Leon and everybody else.
And then Rex, Carson, Rex. So I think 4 fastest.
Yes, 4th fastest time ever.
Not bad. And to do it in an NCAA final, it's kind of like winning an Olympic gold medal and going that time.
Totally.
That's like elite. So kudos to him. Then we had some diving. Quinn winning an IU.
He's a boss.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the medley or the 200 free relay. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Best quartet to ever do it.
And that was a close race too. That
closer
was
than I thought.
Yes, exactly. It was a lot closer than I thought. I thought that Tennessee was going to run away with it, but it was a battle. And again, a 17-8 on the leadoff. I was like, it's just I'm thinking about this. Where is the human potential? Because I was talking to Rowdy about this the other day. Like, you know, it wasn't that long ago, 20 years ago, when someone broke 20 and went 19. It was Mike Bottom's brother's first guy to ever go under 20 seconds. I learned that from Rowdy. I can't take credit for that. Yeah, Rowdy took me through the history of the 50 free. And then about 10 years later, Fred Bousquet at Auburn was the first guy to go 18.7 in the 50 free. And that was the record for a long time. And then Caleb smashed the bear and went 17.6. And now you've got to be 18.5 or better if you want to be in the final. So my thing is, it's like, where's the ceiling? Like in 5 years, if we come back to this, is there going to be 8 guys going 17.9? You know what I mean? Like, I think so. But it's bananas.
I know. I love thinking about that.
I know. Me too. It's like, well, because if you look at the difference between Fred Bousquet and Caleb, other than seats being updated, but that was 2018.
Yeah.
So that was what, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So in 5 to 7 years, is it going to be 16?
I don't know. That's really the question. Like, could somebody potentially do it? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe in the
but you know what? Yeah, maybe. But like if we had this conversation, you know, in 2018, if ever going to go 17, I would have been like, maybe, but probably not.
Yeah, like maybe
You
not
know,
in
because
this decade. But
I
like,
just
yeah.
never
And
thought
now
that was going to be
Jordan
possible.
is going. He's been
He
17 more than anybody else.
He
6
looks
times.
just like Caleb.
Yeah,
when
he's
he swims.
beautiful.
It's crazy. His underwaters are beautiful. He's powerful. His breakouts are monstrous, and he's got that crazy crooked straight arm stroke. It's just, I love watching it.
Yeah,
I
it's like
can't.
poetry
His
in
203
motion.
tonight is gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
He's gonna go out.
Well, all right, let's move to tonight. So
Okay.
Yeah.
2 frees later on in the night, but we'll go in order. So Hunter Fly, somebody that we saw in the 50 free against Crooks last night, Josh Leando, top seed.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Go Gators. But also, I think just favorite in the event in general.
For sure.
But then you have Ilya, who
Mm-hmm.
had the fastest ever 50 fly split on the Turner Medley Relay night 1.
18.7.
Yep. Luca Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
You have Dare Rose. Cody, what do you
I've got a soft spot for Dare. I love that guy.
Oh, who
I
doesn't?
know.
Dare is like the
Yeah.
people's.
He's
like,
the people's
yeah,
champion.
Yeah, like I
People's
love
champion.
Dare Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think Ilya's got a really good shot because he's got closing speed too. It's gonna be a close race. Yeah. Here's a question. I'm gonna ask you two. I think there's 3 guys that have a shot at going under 43. Okay, and if they do that, we're within two tenths of 228 world record. I said that correctly. World record.
Oh, you're on board with my husband.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
My international viewers get really mad when I call it that. They don't, they've never swam yards, but it's
Yeah.
the world record. If it's the fastest swim ever, it's a world record.
And
So
we're in the world.
yeah.
We're on
And
Earth.
people
Hello.
have the opportunity to do yards. It's not like we have
They
like
do.
upwards of
Like,
Right.
I'm sorry. I've been
Where's your
Europe.
visa?
I've been
Like-
Europe. You have bulkhead.
and a
You
cup
can do it.
feet. You'll be good.
But do you think we can do 42 or
yes.
I think we get 42.
I think we legitimately go under 42.
Yeah. I think Ilya is quietly
Yeah.
swimming under the radar. Like everybody's focus will be on Josh,
Yeah.
probably Dare because
Yeah.
he's at Cal. Ilya's like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I got this ace in my back pocket. I'm going to play it tonight.
Mhm.
So that'll be an awesome race. And then we move to the 400 IM.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. Pause with the
Oh,
with the Hunter Fly. Like, do you think that because there's these 3 to 4 guys that are all right there, it makes it potentially be slower or faster? Because look what happened in the 500.
Right. Yep.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
the
If it was
pressure
just
of the
if it was
field.
or just like like everyone's right there, I can't think
Mhm.
it can throw people off, or does it push them to that level?
It's interesting because all those guys have just recently gone times that are now the top 8 performances ever. And all of those guys, when they went those times, they were leading the pack and they were winning their race, right? Like it was an amazing
Which is
swim,
easy.
which is easier to do than when you're in the
Correct.
rough. So that's a coin flip. I don't know because generally speaking, when it comes to races like that, it's slower as a whole. Like the men's 100 breaststroke, like I said, sorry to jump ahead, but
No.
like I said, you got 4-ish guys that could go 49 or have been 49. But I wouldn't, let me put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if 4 guys go 49 tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if no one goes 49 tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like we were saying about the 50 last night. Like it could be one in 17.8 or 18.2.
Yeah, which is like
Yeah.
which makes it more exciting, but also
Totally.
frustrating
Yeah.
at the same time.
Totally
Right.
agree. Totally
But I
agree.
love that's such a good point, Katie. And I think that the scenario that we'll be in tonight, with it being such a tight field,
Mhm.
that's where somebody like I think Ilya needs to take advantage of it.
Mhm.
Nobody has eyes on him, but he's not the favorite.
He's not the
And
favorite.
get out and get a little clean
Go.
water.
And he's got
Yeah.
confidence. He's
Totally.
got confidence
Yeah.
after that relay split.
Yeah. That's gonna be, I mean, right out of the gate,
Oh,
Butterfly. That's gonna
amazing.
be
It's a
Wait, so
good
who are
night.
we all calling?
I'm gonna go Ilya.
I'm gonna go Ilya.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
I'm gonna
so
go Josh.
Ilya swam for my club team,
Okay.
so I've got a little bit of allegiance
You're,
there.
and I got a little allegiance with Josh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think there's a little fire.
Yeah.
Florida's
Yeah.
been kicked a little bit this meet, but and you have Ilya.
Yeah, I have
Alright.
no
I'm calling Ilya.
allegiance or bias either.
Yeah,
way,
you're like
so-
I'm just here enjoying the meet. All right, 400 IM. We got Rex.
Yeah.
Hot off of a 500 free win last
Mhm.
night, so there's some confidence there. Lucas Hebno,
Mhm.
Cal,
Mhm.
quietly performing, third in the 500 last night. You got, I mean, this
It's
entire
tight
top
this
8 all separated by like 1.2 seconds.
Mhm.
That's before I am similar to the 100 fly. Does somebody stand out or not?
I think Rex is the favorite right now.
I do too.
I think
Yeah.
he's got the most confidence. But it's for it being a longer race, the field is close. So
Yes.
it's really anybody's game. Like it truly anybody's
We
race.
got Tristan in there too.
You could
It's like,
see, yeah.
I don't know. I might I have to go Rex
Mhm.
just because of last night. Like,
yeah,
if you're on and you're, 500, you're gonna be on your 400. Sorry.
agreed. Yeah,
I wanna say Tristan second.
yeah. I mean, Tristan's been in the mix for a few years now.
He's
Like,
on he's on a hot streak too. He
yeah,
hasn't had a bad swim.
he's
No.
like slowly creeping up the ranks, and I think if this is a good opportunity for him to make a statement
Yeah.
Yeah.
where there's not a lay-on
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
race. Go for it.
Yeah, and there's no pressure on any of those guys' shoulders to take this race. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not a race where it's like, for the 50 freestyle, like, everyone's like, Crooks is the heavy favorite, the pressure's on him. We don't have a scenario like that at all.
No.
Yeah.
It could be anybody. But I think it'll probably be Rex.
I think I'm gonna go with
If you're gonna
Rex.
ask me,
Yeah.
that's where I'm putting my bet.
Katie? Rex.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're
Okay.
all on the same page. Look
Okay.
at us
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We'll circle back after and see
We
how
will.
right or wrong we were.
I know, right?
Oh, every night I've had
I
some
know. I'm like, oh, I
major
was so wrong.
fails.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Major
Yeah.
fails.
Tuner free, holy bananas.
Yeah.
You got Luke Hobson, who took a bath this morning.
Yeah.
I
It looked like
love
he
how
didn't take a hard stroke.
His last 25 was like,
I'm gonna stop my warm down now.
yeah, literally. I don't need this. That's fine.
It blows my mind that a 128 can look easy.
Yes,
Like, and he does that.
Yeah.
he
I don't
is
know.
dangerous when he's
Yeah, not to derail the conversation, but what would his world record from Short Course World Championships this past December, in your mind, like, convert to? Because there's obviously converted times, but
Yeah.
I think the official converted time is slower than his NCAA record. Yeah, it wasn't that fast.
28.
Yeah,
Huh.
his 130, or was it 130? Yeah, so his short course meters 200 world record that he just set,
Yeah.
converted to like a 128 high or 129 low, which is
Really?
nonsense. It's total nonsense.
Yeah,
That's not right at
somehow,
all.
like, the math isn't math.
Yeah, like, I was talking to Blake Garoni about it. First guy to ever break 130 in the 100 free. He knows a little something about it. He's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, that's like a 127."
Yeah,
think
I
we'll
was
see a
gonna say
127.
127. Like 127 high.
Yeah,
But
but
not
still.
but
But
anything. 127.99. Like
Yeah.
anything.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it tonight.
It's possible. I don't think we're gonna see it. I first of all, I hope we see it. I
Yeah,
hope
right.
we see a 127. I hope we see just fireworks. But he wasn't that fast. How is 128 not that fast? But he let off the Texas relay in like a 128.9
Yeah,
or
okay.
129 low.
28.
128.
So I don't
is-
think he's gonna drop
yeah,
a full
that's a big
second
drop.
from that first race where he was fresh. It's possible. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
I want one. I can't honestly be like, yeah, that's happening tonight.
yeah.
I think it'll be faster than the relay though.
Yeah, it's possible. He's that first race, you kind of feel it out. He's had a couple under his belt now. He
Mhm.
feels better. Sometimes you
Yeah.
kind of got to get into it. But on the flip side, that tuna free hurt. And sometimes the first one, the
500
fastest one.
hurts.
Yeah.
5s in a
Doing
day,
another-
that takes a lot.
Yes, it takes a lot. So yeah, I mean, but he's clearly the favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just
But let's talk about who the hell is behind him.
Yeah.
Jack Alexi, Gabe Jett, Jordan, Crooks is in that heat, Chris Giuliano, Charlie, like this race, you're right. Luke is the
Mhm.
favorite.
Mhm.
For a second.
It's a great race for second, but I think they will push
Mhm.
Luke. But what I love about Luke is he
Yep.
perfectly
Oh,
builds every 50.
every 50. If he had a few
So
inches
smooth.
at the last Olympics, he would have won
Yeah.
the gold medal.
It's like when you are like spreading butter in it like perfectly, like
Mhm.
that's like
Mhm.
how he builds his tuner
Yep.
free. It's like
Yep.
a master
And on
class.
the flip side, you're gonna have Jordan Crooks going out lightning fast.
'Cause he has to.
He has to. He's a fly and try not to die kinda
Yeah.
guy.
So as long as I think they all need this their own race.
Yep.
But if I'm Luke, I'll use Crooks.
So this is another scenario where we could see 5 129s or better, or this morning, only one guy went 129. We might have one and everyone goes 130s if they're just racing
Right.
the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when those guys went those 129s, they were the guy in that heat. They were leading the race. They were winning. They were
Right.
crushing it. Now they're all bunched up together. So, where do the chips fall when we roll the dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Who do you guys have?
Well, clearly Luke. Yes.
Okay.
Luke, and then for second, I feel like Alexi's just, like,
I
ready.
agree.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
even watching
I
the way
agree.
he was, like, hyping up Cal on the side, like, he is, like,
Yep.
in it.
He's a leader.
He's
I agree.
ready.
He's a
He'll show
leader.
up.
Yep. He showed up for that relay. Like,
Yes.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps. Look at that.
I
Look at all
know, I
that. Oh my
know.
gosh.
And, like, Cal needs these points, which
Yes.
we'll get into,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So 2 free, Luke Hobson, favorite, race for second. 100 breasts, Cody Miller, this is your baby.
Yeah.
This is IU's baby.
Yeah. Strong bias. So just to be very clear up
We had
front,
no
everyone
idea.
knows.
We had no idea.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
But like, okay, the favorite though is Smith because he
Yes,
just set
of
the
course.
NCAA record.
Yeah.
I think Smith is a little off right now.
Mhm.
He hasn't had swam bad by any means, but he's not on fire the way he was in SECs.
Yep.
He looks especially because his breaststroke split in the 200 IM was not good. I'm gonna just clear this up. I love the guy. I want the guy to break the record. Okay. But like he split a 28.5 in his 200 IM.
What does he normally split?
That
Do
is
you know?
not good for what?
What does he normally split? Do you
Under
know?
28,
Oh.
27 mid or
That's
faster.
a massive
28.5 on a breaststroke split is not good.
Yeah.
Like an average breaststroker does that. So that's not a good sign.
Okay.
But he's still the favorite. But that just means it's wide open, right? I think he's second seed tonight. Indiana's Finn Brooks is top seed. Casper Corbo's
Yep.
third. Everyone's bunched in there. It's close. It's like a 7/10 spread from first to eighth place. 3 of them have been 49 before. 5 guys have the potential to go 49. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. This is really a roll the dice. I don't know who wins.
Well, there's a bigger story, I think, in this race.
Okay.
It's like the perfect representative of what's happening in the team race
Mhm.
right now.
Yes.
You have Florida,
Yep.
who is trying to climb back after a
Mhm.
DQ on night 1.
Yep.
You have IU, who is in contention
Yeah. They have a
if
shot.
everything goes right to win this thing.
Totally.
Then you have Nate of Texas, you know,
Mhm.
like they are in the lead. They might be the favorites right now.
Mhm.
But like Cal a little bit lighter in this event, but Florida, Indiana, and Texas.
Yes.
This could be the one event that like is the
So it is a moving day event. However, Indiana has 4 B finalists this week. So no matter where the A finals shape up, Indiana wins.
true, no matter what.
No matter
Yeah,
what.
by the numbers.
But if you're just looking at the A final, yeah, you're right. I mean, it means a lot. Like whoever wins this race, it's going to be a big confidence boost for any one of those teams, and that means a lot. You know what it's like when you're on deck, and
Oh,
the vibes matter. They make a
Yeah.
huge difference.
So what's being said, like, pre-race?
Yeah. I
Is
don't
Finn
know.
is Finn like dying right now?
I think that Finn, I know him a bit.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Finn is so Indiana's like breaststroke you, right? We've got all
Yeah.
these breaststrokers, but Finn is hasn't been a breaststroker until
He's
this
doing
year.
100 fly
Yeah.
earlier in the night.
Yeah.
He's back 10th.
I think, yeah.
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
he really
that's
just
badass.
started doing breaststroke like this past year. And so I think for him, there's really not a lot of pressure on his shoulders because it's so new to him.
Right.
And like he's not been a breaststroke his whole life. And now all of a sudden he's good at it. Well, like maybe I win, maybe I win.
That's
Whereas that is dangerous. Whereas for Julian, he just broke the record and he's the favorite, and he hasn't been on as well as he would like to be. So there's definitely pressure on his
Yeah.
shoulders. So now hopefully his mind's just fully confident. I got this. And, the best in the world, they step up when it matters, and I think he's one of those. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Who do you got?
That's tough.
I hate to ask.
No, it's fair. You have to ask. This is a part of
Yeah.
this is a part of the sport. You've got to ask.
Right.
I think Finn wins.
Even after the 100 fly.
Even after the 100
That
fly.
might even give him like more of a reason to believe.
Yes.
I already swam. Like
Yes.
if I win, awesome. If I don't,
Yeah.
I
I
swam 100
also
fly.
know that Finn is huge. Like he's the biggest guy in the field,
Yeah.
but he has an enormous capacity. Like he has a much larger aerobic capacity than your average sprinter that is that big and that muscular. So I think they already they ran this experiment at the Big Tens. He did the same thing. He probably had
Mhm.
less rest at that meet than he will here, and he still went 49 then afterwards. So I think he'll probably be okay. But I wouldn't be shocked if Julian wins and breaks the record.
Right.
And I'd be pumped, even though I'm rooting for Indiana. It's like I just want to see fast swimming. So,
Yeah.
At the end.
And I think that guy's a stud. He's a star.
He's
Like
the
he's
best,
gonna, yeah.
80.
Also, I'm sorry. I didn't even mention Casper.
Yeah,
Casper could sneak in
Corbeau,
there
yeah.
one too. Casper won a bronze medal at the last Olympics in the 200 breaststroke.
Yeah.
That guy closes. So if he's out fast at the 50, if he's a shoulder length, if he's on their shoulder at the turn, watch out that second 50 because he won't die. Yeah.
Chills.
Yeah. Yeah.
The races here
It's so exciting.
have been thrilling.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, down to the touch.
Yeah.
Like, just like this. This is like me, but
us last night. Oh my
that's all
god.
I've done all
Yeah.
meet, like rock back and forth.
Who
It's like
do you have, Katie?
I feel like Finn, for the sole reason of as a multi-event swimmer, it really does take the pressure off.
I mean, you
You
know that.
know.
You know.
He
Yeah.
knows better than any of us.
So it's
Yeah.
just like being it like he's not gonna be sitting there like, okay,
Yep.
this is all I have and like this. And I've based off what you said
Totally.
about the capacity, I feel like that gives him the edge.
Yeah.
I think so.
I gotta be biased and pick Julian.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
He is the record holder. So that means something.
Florida needs this.
Yep.
That.
Yes.
Florida needs Josh in the 100 fly and
Yep.
then
Mhm.
Julian in the breast.
Which is very possible. Both.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, woo, 100 back. Again, this is a big night for Florida. Johnny Marshall coming in top seed, only a sophomore, big deal.
Mhm.
But then you have 200 back Olympic champion Hubie,
Yeah.
right behind
Hubie-
him.
I know.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Dustin Lasco. You don't even have the American record holder, Luca
Yeah.
Orlando, in this event. Like,
Mhm.
that's wild to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't even know what to say. What do
You could
think?
pick any one of those names and you'd be like, yeah, they could win.
It'd be like
Yeah.
valid.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
And they could be very close to the record. That's the crazy
Yes.
thing, you know?
They were within striking distance of
Totally.
it kind of this morning.
Mhm.
So
Could be Hubie, could be last. I mean, I don't
Could
know.
be
Roll the
Johnny.
dice. Yeah.
Katie.
You know what's interesting to me is watching how different they swim, even underwater. Like Lasco has such a slower frequency. He takes fewer underwater kicks, but they're so powerful and explosive that he moves quickly and passes people. And most backstrokers have like a really, really quick frequency. And, you know, it's. I'm a nerd. Sorry. Well, anyway,
No, I
No,
love
it's
that's
so
great.
cool. It's so cool.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's beautiful.
I feel like he just looks like Abby said it yesterday. Like he just looks like he's never trying, which is obviously not the case. But
Totally.
he's so
Just beautiful.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the True Dame, you're like, should he
Mhm.
be going
Yeah,
more?
like-
but it works.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just that much more efficient than everybody else. But I mean, I gotta go. I'm being so biased on this, but I have to go Hubie.
Yeah.
I'm being super
You're
Yeah,
biased.
allowed.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Completely.
There's nothing wrong with that. If I had to pick, I think I'm gonna go with Lasco. I thought he was gonna win last year, but then
Yeah.
Indiana's Brendan Burns won out of lane 8, and that was
I remember
it was-
that,
It
yes.
was close. It was crazy. And I just think, Destin had just a bit of an off night that night. I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna happen again this year. He's on.
He's definitely on.
Yeah, he's on.
I think Johnny Marshall is one of those guys that is a racer. I think he wants this bad. I think a lot of his morale will be dependent on how Florida does in the 100 fly and the 100 breast.
Mm.
If it's good, I think Johnny
Mm.
can win.
So he's a guy that feeds off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is just confident. He's young.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. None of us are on the same page for this one.
That's a good thing though. It
I
makes it
love
fun.
that.
It makes
I
it
know.
fun. We want that.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, 3-meter diving, and I'm only going to touch on this. I know none of us are divers, but for the sake of the team points conversation,
Yes.
huge point grab for Indiana tonight.
Mhm.
So, how in this team competition, how aware are the swimmers of what the divers are doing?
That's a great question. I don't know how I'm okay. They're aware of whether or not they're in the final and they're scoring good points or they're
Mhm.
off. Like we had one diver yesterday that was very, very off and they're aware of that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're in the final and they're scoring points and they're not, they're not like doing the nitty-gritty looking at the spreadsheet like I am in between sessions.
Right.
I didn't check the diving results because I don't think it was over on my way over
Yeah, they're like
here.
in the middle of prelims.
But
right now.
Indiana's going to have 2 in the final and maybe 1 in the B final. If the other diver does really well, it's possible
Huge.
they have 3 in the A final. I don't know. Maybe the viewers can look if it's done. But they'll probably outscore Texas by 30 to 40 points. If they do that, then at the end of the night, basically Texas will be up 40 points, and then it'll be a toss-up between Cal and Indiana for second and third. It'll be neck and neck. And then the next night, if we I'm such a good guys, we have spreadsheets, all
Go
this.
deep.
So
Yeah, let's
if so what we do is we score out the seed placements, right? And then
Right.
after prelims, we score out the top 16 just based off their seeds. And if things hold, there's plus and minus. If things hold, you can kind of estimate where people are, where the meet's going. The meet is pretty guys.
Yep.
So you can kind of figure it out. But if the points hold just based on our projections, based on the seeds, and then the divers score another 40 points, well, then Indiana's up maybe like 5 points based on my predict. Yeah, just based on
It's
my
that
projections.
tight.
It could be that tight. It comes down to a few things. It comes down to how many points the divers score. And it comes down to if Indiana can average 5th place on the relays, which I believe that they can.
Think they can do that in the Florida medley tonight?
We're pretty good at the 4 medley relay. I don't know if we can be top. Yeah, we might be able to be 4th or 5th. If we're 6th or better, we're okay. Indiana's okay.
Okay.
They have a shot. They have a shot. But you just never know. That's things need to go right.
Yeah, and
Oh
maybe
that
things
would
need to go
be
wrong for somebody
nuts.
else.
It would be nuts. It's in my estimation, it's like truly 50-50 right now between Texas, Indiana, and Cal. Even though Texas is up 40 points,
Yep.
just based on what I know scoring the projection moving forward, it's truly 50-50. Depending on how tonight goes and how diving goes, especially diving tomorrow, we'll know. Obviously we'll know, but it's
but
Tonight's like
it's possible.
a huge
It's huge.
moving day.
And I would say the most critical race is going to be the 200 breaststroke. Because that event is the event where Indiana can make up the most points and outscore all of those teams. Indiana could have 5 people scoring in that race. So
Ideally in the
I don't think we can get 5 in the A, but they can get 3 in the A.
Yeah.
They get 3 in the A and 1 or 2 in the B. Now we're in business.
Yeah.
Really is breaststroke you. Yeah.
I do feel like everyone is like either outwardly or inwardly.
I love hearing you say that because I
Yeah.
kind of feel that, but I'm biased. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the vibe I get. Because we talked about this right before we went live. That's how we felt last year for ASU. And all my friends, we were cheering for ASU. We just wanted, we like something new. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Bring down the champs.
Yeah. I feel like it's just like human nature.
Totally. Yeah. Root for the underdogs.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So one thing that Rowdy told me, Rowdy is just the master of stats. Cal has been top 2 at every NC2As since 2010.
Durden is a good
For
coach.
the last 15 years.
That's insane.
Cal has either won or gotten second.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. That's a good coach.
That's a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good.
And you know what I'm also wondering if, and this is just for conversation's sake, maybe you know this, Rowdy probably does. Maybe you know this. Bob wins at ASU last year.
Mhm.
Has there ever been a coach that has left a program winning and going to a new program and winning?
Not in modern swimming. When I say modern swimming, I mean after 2000. Before that, maybe, but not that I'm aware of.
Maybe like Richard Quick. I don't
He
even know.
would
He would have been the one to do it.
Yeah.
But not back to back.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. That's something we
We'll
probably
look it up. Yeah. If
It's
you guys are watching,
probably
you
the
know,
answer is
tell us.
probably no. The answer is probably. I mean, most likely.
That's
Right?
also crazy.
Yeah.
And Ray Lewis, there's something about Indiana that has happened over the past few years. And Pulaski about it that there's such a build and momentum.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to look back at where it started. And I think it started with you. I think it started with Lily King.
Mhm.
So how is that for you to be able to watch and be like, this is kind of the dynasty that I was the foundation builder of?
Well, it wasn't me, but it was crazy because
Cody,
Yeah, wait.
you were a huge part of it.
that's really nice. I was definitely a part of it. But
Yes.
when I joined the team, Indiana's men's team literally didn't have anyone going to NCAAs. They were not even in the meet. And then in my era, we were able to get 10th and then squeak into top 8, like 7 or 8 guys. Pretty good.
Yeah.
No relays. And then each 4-year cycle got a little bit better, and then we got Blake Proney, then we got a little bit better. And they've been 3rd a couple times in the last 5-6 years. So it has been a slow build. You're absolutely right. It's interesting. One fun stat is on the men's side, the only time a cold weather school has won a national championship in the last 35 years was Michigan and that's it.
What?
Yes, you heard that correctly. Other than that, it's always been a warm climate school, a Texas, a California school.
Is that
one
because
of those.
it's easier to recruit?
I think that's a big part of it. I think that it's difficult. I mean, I let me rephrase that. I know it's difficult to get people to come to a place like Bloomington, Indiana, where we have snow. It's just not as sexy as Palo Alto. You know,
Yeah.
it's just not. It's not
Fair.
as sexy as
Yeah.
living in Florida. And swimmers, I love swimming outside. I grew up in Las Vegas. I love the warm
Yeah,
weather.
who
And
doesn't?
so it's more attractive to go to those places. And that's
Yeah.
just a fact. It's just difficult. And this isn't just for Indiana, any Big Ten school where it's cold. I mean, Wisconsin, Michigan
Yeah.
State, Ohio State, go down the list. We jokingly call ourselves the Hawaii of the Midwest because Indiana is the warmest school in the Big Ten Conference.
Wow.
We're the furthest south. We get the
Oh,
least
yeah.
amount of snow. We actually really don't get that. We're getting derailed here. I'm sorry.
No.
But anyway, it's my point is it's only happened once in the last 35 years. It almost never happened. So
It's a really cool
it's
stat.
very rare. Yes, it's huge.
You'll lose your mind.
I will lose my shit.
Yeah.
You'll have no voice. Glad we're doing this today and
Yeah.
not Saturday,
We're gonna be
Saturday
like,
night,
"What?
Sunday.
Can you
Yeah.
say that again?"
But
What?
I also wanna say, like, just the fact that it's good, like,
Mhm.
that we're in this position, that we have all these NCAA champions and, like, a roster of Olympians, the success of the last decade for us. Looking back at where the school was when I decided to go there, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And, like, I'm very proud of that no matter what. Like, you know, win or lose, be awesome to win. At the end of the day, it doesn't change our lives. You know, we just go back to work. We go back to doing Ray goes back and coaches, the kids go back to the pool, and then you just live your life, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not a
Yep.
make or break. Yeah, but that's really important. As we all know, every high level athlete has struggled with perspective at one point in time.
1,000%.
That's really important. So I was talking to I'm staying at a big Airbnb with a bunch of my buddies that I swam with now, and we're all, like, really jacked up. But we kinda had a moment at breakfast. We were like, "Okay, like, even if we don't, like, this is a really fun trip. Look at where we are. Like, look at the
Yeah.
position we're in, and at the end of the day, like, that's really what matters, you know?" So
And
Yeah.
I know it probably means so much to the guys that are currently swimming that you are here.
well, I will also say that, like, I was always super jealous of Cal and Texas for how they this massive
Yeah.
Yep.
this massive support in the crowd and their
Mhm.
Go Bears, all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like, that's cool. So, like, we're trying our best here, like, you know,
Right.
you can feed off of
Easy.
that.
It's not
It's
easy.
not.
You gotta buy a flight here, you gotta
Yep.
pay for an Airbnb. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yep.
this is funded by anything. It's
Yeah.
your own
It's a
dollars.
commitment. It's a
Yeah.
commitment. Yeah.
So it's cool that you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
Alright, don't give me that much credit. Come on.
All right. Well, we love you.
Come on, come on,
So,
come on.
I mean,
Alright. I just
yeah.
like swimming, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it's interesting, and this is, like, the last thing, but, like, why is the guys have way more of an alumni support than the women?
That's
Like, that kinda made me sad, like, at
Yeah.
NCAA. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
"We all love swimming
I don't know
too."
what the answer to that is. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I
Yeah.
hate to say that that's just how it's been
Mm.
because that's just how it's been.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's like, who's gonna be the one to, like, shake it up and
Yeah.
You're
make a
like,
move?
"You're here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not in the stands, like, I can't wear anything Florida on me.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
yeah,
like,
that's
literally
hard for you.
illegal for me
You're,
to
like, celebrating quietly.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah, I'm like,
she's like,
when a Gator wins, I do, like, a baby chomp. I'm like, hopefully this isn't okay where nobody sees. But it's like, yeah, it takes the Cody Millers and all of your teammates
Yeah.
to rally the
Rally.
troops. Like, hey, you know we're in our next year, they're in Atlanta. Get our shit together and let's go.
And it
Like,
really
start
does make a
saving up.
difference.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, you've noticed it.
"Oh, yeah."
And this is your first one, so you have, like, cold turkey,
Cold
like
turkey.
yeah.
Wow, when was the last time you went to an NCAAs?
I've never been.
Oh my you're right. I knew that.
Yeah.
That just blew my mind. Okay, that's true.
I've
You have
just
the
been, like,
That's
looking
right,
around, like,
That's
perspective.
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
And you
men's
can
and women.
see
Uh,
different.
Yeah, very much so. It's wild. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, everyone was saying straight to the men's, and, like, first night, I was like, "Holy crap, it's so different."
Yeah.
Like, as a female, I'm like, "Come on, lady."
I know. Like, we need, like, a women's basketball, like, surge of I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll get there. We'll get there. But
alright, well, it's gonna be a great
it's
night.
gonna be great.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Cody, for coming over
Happy to
and
do it.
sharing your insight, and, see you guys soon.
I guess
That was good. Good
so
job.
good,
That's
Cody.
fun. Yeah,
Oh, I'm oh, I'm oh, I'm oh, I'm oh, I'm oh.